Hey guys, and welcome back to Morgs Menu. So today will be part one of a two-part video where I show you all of my Thanksgiving recipes. Typically for Thanksgiving, it's mostly been done by my aunts and my mom, my dad, uncles, all that good stuff. They're typically the ones who do most of the cooking. Once I started becoming like a teenager, I started helping out, and recently I kind of started helping out with some of the desserts and some of the sides, and then just kind of overall helping out in the end process in the last hour when everything's coming together. But this year, we're actually switching up kind of how we do Thanksgiving, and everyone is coming to my apartment and I'm hosting Thanksgiving. So basically, I kind of volunteered to sort of take over the bulk of the cooking. Now, of course, the day of, like, my cousins are gonna help a ton, my aunts, uncles, mom, dad, everything like that. My sister, everyone will help out the day of, especially when I get overwhelmed and freaked out. For the majority of like the prep work and buying everything and deciding the recipes, that's kind of on me this year, which I was really, really excited for because, as you guys know, I like cooking and it's kind of a cool test of some new recipes that I haven't tried before. Now, because there are new recipes, I wanted to make sure that I did a test run of everything before the day of, so that if there were any modifications or alterations that I wanted to make from any of the recipes that I found online, that I kind of knew those beforehand before cooking a big batch for everyone and it not turning out that great. I decided that over the past couple weeks I would test out a bunch of the different recipes, and I decided I would record them and share them with you guys in case you are responsible for cooking anything for your Thanksgiving, or maybe you're doing a Friendsgiving and need some recipes, or you just kind of want to see how we typically do Thanksgiving. This video is going to be showing you how I cooked our crockpot ham and our roasted turkey. Now, obviously, ham and turkey can be cooked so many different ways. It's ridiculous. Like, people fry turkeys, people roast them, people grill hams, people put it in the crockpot or just bake in the oven. There's so many different ways to do it, but I just wanted to show you how I do it, and they're fairly simple recipes. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing Thanksgiving, so I didn't want to do anything super complicated where I tried to do really like complicated brine on the turkey where it sat and did all this stuff. I just wanted to try something very simple. So specifically for this video with the ham and the turkey, obviously I didn't buy a 12 or 15 pound turkey for just Mitch and I to eat for a couple days. That would have been excessive. And same thing for the ham. I bought really small versions of them. So essentially, I kind of took either half or a third of what the recipe would call for like a normal big turkey that you cook on Thanksgiving, or a big ham that you cook on Thanksgiving, and then just kind of condensed it down. So what I'm gonna show you on the screen where I show the ingredient list is the full recipe that you would use for like a big size on Thanksgiving, but what I'm going to be preparing is going to seem like less. So just so you guys know beforehand and before I get into the video, you'll see a difference in what I'm actually using versus what I'm telling you to use, but I just wanted to give you the full recipe that I will be using on actual Thanksgiving, just so it makes more sense and is more helpful. So anyway, I've been blabbing on for way too long now. Let's just get this video started.
So let's start with the easy one, our brown sugar crockpot ham. So really simple ingredients. You just need a pre-cooked ham. You want to make sure it's fully cooked, obviously gluten-free, and it'll be a lot easier if it's pre-sliced as well. Also want to have some pineapple juice and brown sugar. So you want to start by just spraying your crockpot, and then just go ahead and add in the ham directly into the bottom. Next, you want to go ahead and cover the top of the ham with some aluminum foil. Now you want to go ahead and just cook this on high for 2 to 3 hours. I did just over 2 for the smaller ham, but probably for a large ham you'd want to do almost 3. So now you're just going to take your pineapple juice and brown sugar and add that to a pan on about medium high so that both of them will kind of blend together. After a couple minutes, you'll see that it's starting to caramelize and bubble, and then it's basically ready. So you basically just wanted to let it sit and do this for maybe 1 or 2 minutes and then take it off the heat. Once your ham is done, you want to take it out of the crock pot, and this is why you want it to be pre-sliced, because at this point you want to separate the slices out. Now, as you can see, I didn't even really need to use a knife for this. It just fell apart itself. But if you don't get a pre-sliced ham, you want to slice it at this point. Then we're just going to add the slices directly back in the crock pot. There'll be some juices in the bottom, and you want to leave those in to help it keep it moist. Then you just want to add that sauce directly on top and stir it around with some tongs just to make sure the sauce is coated on all the different ham slices. And then to finish it off, you want to turn your crock pot on warm if you have that setting, or low, whichever will be fine. And you can leave it like this for about an hour. Alright, and once that hour is up, this will be what it looks like when it's completely done. As you can see, the sauce kind of soaked directly into the meat and really got really moist and really delicious. It had an amazing flavor, and I really honestly wouldn't change anything. It's super simple and turned out great. So next up is our roasted turkey. So a few more ingredients with this, but again, not too bad. So we have salt and pepper, minced garlic, a lemon, a poultry herb blend, which has rosemary, sage, and thyme, some parsley, butter, a nice frozen turkey that has been thawed, onion, garlic, avocado oil, and lemon juice. So we'll start by preheating our oven to 430 degrees. And make sure you have your oven set up so that your bottom rack is all the way at the bottom of the oven. What I also did was took the roasting pan that I was using and just tested to make sure that it would be enough room between the handles and how tall the turkey is. Alright, so because this is a turkey breast, all you have to do once you remove it from the package is just rinse it off. There isn't a lot of extensive cleaning or removing of different parts on the breast, so I would recommend this if this is the first time that you're cooking a turkey. So once you've completely rinsed it, you want to put it on kind of a couple layers of paper towels and then dab all around the turkey to dab off any of the extra water. And definitely keep it on a pretty thick layer of paper towels because there will be a lot of water that soaks through, and you want to make sure it completely dries out before you work on cooking it. So while you're set that to the side to let it finish drying, we're going to prepare our butter mixture. So we're going to add in butter, avocado oil, lemon juice, lemon zest, garlic cloves, parsley, salt, and pepper. Now again, make sure you use what I have suggested on the side for a large turkey versus what I'm showing. Now for the lemon zest, you can of course zest the lemon if you have an actual zester, but I find that it's just as easy to take a peel and just peel the very outside of the lemon and then chop it up into small bits if you don't have a zester. And once you've got all the ingredients in there, you're just going to mix it around with a fork or spoon. Now, because you're trying to combine lemon juice and butter, it's going to be difficult. You want to make sure you're using room temperature butter. That'll make it easier, but just combining the two does take some effort. So this did take me a couple minutes to actually combine, but as long as you're persistent, it'll eventually come together. Now we want to cut up all of the things that we're going to be stuffing inside of the turkey. So we're going to cut up our lemon that we zested, an onion, and for the onion you don't need to worry about fully peeling it because you're not going to be actually eating it, but you do want to peel off just the outside layer just so that the flakes don't get everywhere, and just cut it into quarters. And then same thing with the garlic, you kind of just want to separate it out. You don't need to peel out the garlic clove, just kind of pull them out directly from the casing. Now we're going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper to the inside of the turkey, and just make sure you use your hand so that it's all well seasoned. Now we're going to work on separating the skin from the meat of the turkey. So you want to do this very carefully because you definitely don't want to rip the skin or puncture any holes. So you just need to work with your hands from both sides and just slowly kind of push your way until it's still attached to the turkey, but you can basically kind of reach from one end to the other. And you just kind of want to work back and forth from each end until it's all separated. Again, this will take some time, but it's not that difficult. Now we want to take that butter mixture and add about 2/3 of it to the inside. So you basically kind of want to just add a little bit to the end that you'll be starting at. And then from the outside, you can kind of push the butter mixture so that it's evenly dispersed to all parts of underneath of the skin. Now we're going to take the remaining third of the butter mixture and get it rubbed all over the outside of the skin. Then we want to add a bunch of salt and pepper to the outside of the turkey skin. And now we're going to work on stuffing the inside. So we're going to take our onion, garlic, and lemon and just start stuffing as much as you can into the inside of the turkey so that it'll create a nice flavor when it's cooking. Then once you're done with that, your last step is to stuff the poultry herbs into the bottom and then sit it back up. Now because this was a smaller breast, I had a little bit trouble getting it to stand up. So what I did was took some of the leftover onion and lemon that I couldn't fit inside of the turkey to help it stand up a little bit. And the last step is just to add some avocado oil to the outside. This will help it crisp up nice in the oven. Now you want to go ahead and take a square piece of aluminum foil, fold it into a triangle, add a little bit of avocado oil to the outside so that it doesn't stick, and then form it over the outside of the turkey. This is going to help crisp up the skin. Then you're going to take that off and bake it in the oven for 20 minutes at 430 degrees. Now you're going to do the 20 minutes no matter how big the turkey is. So whether you're using a small turkey like this or a big 20-pound turkey, you want to do the 20 minutes. After that 20 minutes, you want to go ahead and baste it with whatever juices have come out in that initial cooking process. Now we're going to take our aluminum foil and add that in, and we're going to only use that during this ending process. So then you're going to decrease your heat to 350 degrees and bake it 13 to 15 minutes per pound of turkey. Now once that time is up, you want to make sure you check your turkey, and using a meat thermometer, you want to make sure it comes to about 160 degrees for turkey breast. Now if you stick it in the darker meat side, you want to make sure it goes to about 170. Now for me, it wasn't quite done, so I put it back in for 10 minutes and then retested it, and it was at the temperature I needed. Once the turkey is at the correct temperature, go ahead and baste it. You'll want to baste it throughout the process, depending on how long you're having it cooked, depending on the size. And then once you're done basting, you want to cover it with some aluminum foil and let it rest for about an hour. Once it's done resting, go ahead and carve it, and this is how it will turn out. It was really moist, really delicious, super strong lemon flavor, really, really good.
Alright guys, and that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you if you are helping with the cooking in Thanksgiving, or you're hosting a Friendsgiving, or you just want to eat a turkey on a Tuesday night. I don't blame you, it's delicious. So the only thing I will note is the turkey is a pretty strong lemon flavor, so if you don't want that, just cut back a little bit maybe on the lemon zest or the amount of lemon juice, but I liked how it turned out. The ham was amazing. I honestly will probably be making that for like dinners moving forward. Obviously the turkey was a little bit more work, so I don't know that I would make that just like as a dinner, but the ham with just throwing it in the crock pot and doing the little sauce and everything was super simple. So even if you're just looking for like a different dinner to try in the future, I would recommend that. Don't forget to stay tuned to part 2 where I show you all of the sides that I'll be making. And just to give you a preview, I do green beans, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole, stuffing, and macaroni and cheese. I think that's it. So if you're interested in seeing how all of those turn out, make sure you watch part 2. Thanks again for watching Morgs Menu. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. Hope you have a great day, guys. Bye.